Okay, today I just wanted to show you some quick tips and tricks on the TX81Z FM synthesizer. Here's a video link of a video showing you how to get around in one of these things. Today I just want to jump right in and show you some cool things you can do to unlock some of the potential of this device. Be sure to stick around for the end of the video. I will be explaining the 5 most important things for editing sounds on the TX81Z. If you don't have a TX81Z, don't worry. All of these ideas explained in this video will translate to any other FM synthesizer out there. I am editing these sounds on the stereoping MIDI controller. This is very helpful and helps you to get around a lot quicker. Sometimes I like to start with a blank patch. If I go in here and I can show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I use algorithm 8. This is just 4 straight operators, no FM going on here, just 4 sounds all at once. I set them all up for sine waves and there's no detune on there. I just mix in one of the oscillators in at a time. This patch that I'm showing you is a great starting point actually for doing an organ sound. What is an organ sound? It's just like sine waves mixed in at different frequencies. So the frequency for these, I got operator 1 at 1, operator 2 at like 6 or something, operator 3 at 5. It doesn't really matter. As long as they're even numbers, they're going to be more harmonic. Now, there's no FM going on here, just sine waves mixed in at different frequencies. Let's turn up 2. It already sounds like an organ. Know what I'm talking about here. An organ sound, this is the way to do it. There's no FM going on yet, but let's go over here and change our algorithm, and suddenly we're gonna get some crazy shit going here. Okay, you see how it sounds really harsh. Oscillator number 1, usually the one that's forming the basis of the sound, the envelope, everything else. So I'll start turning down 2, 3, and 4, and you see, this is why you do not need filters on an FM synthesizer. Just setting the levels for these will give you a more bright or dark sound. Okay, when I turn 3 up, that has like a cool sound going that I really like. So what I want to do is I want to go into my envelopes and I want that to fade in. So I'm going to modify the attack time. Let's turn its level back up a little bit. I want it to fade in real slow, so I'll turn that attack time for 3. Remember, lower numbers are longer attack times. It goes back to the angle on the envelope. The lower the angle, the slower the time. That's got a nice woodsy FM sound going there. I could go to my release times, and usually I start with number 1. When I'm talking about release times, that's what kind of sets the mood for the overall envelope of the whole sound. And I actually want some attack time on operator 1. Now I can affect the attack for the whole sound by changing oscillator 1. One trick I like to do is just have all different values for every different kind of operator, so they'll come in at different rates, and then you'll have this slow evolving weird sound. And I also want to change the release times on these to also be long. So now I got a weird pad going here. Now that's kind of cool, but you remember how I have all of the operators are on even frequencies, even numbers. Oh, let's change that. Let's mess with number 2. How cool. Okay, see how the number is close to 2 but not quite? this is what's going to give you a warbling, sometimes a chorusy sound. Now that's cool, but I want that to come in gradually, so I can go back to my envelopes and change the attack time for that one. And like, holy crap, there we go. That's what it's all about. And see, even when I get to this point, I'm like, oh, that's starting to sound pretty cool, but I can just go and change the algorithm all of a sudden. Alright, another cool little trick is if you start with your blank patch and you set it up for the algorithm like number 1, if you set all of the frequencies to the same frequencies, something really cool happens. You start getting formant type sounds, choirs and stuff like that. Let's put some attack on that. Oops. They're all sine waves, by the way. Well, let's put some attack. Let's leave those. And then let's do this. It starts to become like a choir sound. Okay, you can make it even better by changing the waveforms of those suckers. Okay, see this algorithm? Algorithm number 5. This one is special. That's because what you have is a sound that is made up of 2 completely different components. One can be the body of the sound, the other can be the attack transient. Okay, I got these waveforms, and then this attack transient. Where 3 and 4 are the attack, and 1 and 2 is the body of the sound. Algorithm 7 is kind of like a cross between 5 and algorithm 8. This one is 1 and 2 are just oscillators. They're not having anything to do with FM. But then 3 is being modified by 4. So this one you could have like an attack transient. Then you could follow that up with one sound that sweeps in and another one that comes in later. So, and of course 6 is like 4 is modifying all 3 of the other ones all at once. So let's turn those up. Then on oscillator 4, we want to leave the attack at full, but we want to start cutting into the delay decay one time. That's cool. So you see the sounds that you get on the TX81Z have to do with 5 major things, and those are the most important things. The algorithm, and then the mix of those sounds. Those will blend different frequencies together. And the third thing is going to be the waveform selection, the sine wave or one of these other funky shapes. Have fun with those, play with those, mix them together. The fourth thing is going to be the frequencies of those different operators. And then the fifth most important thing is the envelopes, the way the dynamics change for each of the individual oscillators over time. If you get those 5 things down, you'll have like 90% of what it is to make a sound on the TX81Z. I hope this has been helpful. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.